Welcome to this edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from the library, and here's some of the things you'll see on today's show.
We take a look at a long-standing event in the St. Louis area.
We get together with an Oakville student with an interesting talent.
We check in with another Oakville student who is simply incredible.
And, oh God, not again. Please no, not again.
We'll have all that and much more on today's edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News.
And it all starts now. Welcome back to Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. I'm Joel Hahn.
And I'm Scott Leaker. Block scheduling has been a reality at OHS for years, but that Jenga tower is about to come crumbling down. This could mean that homework would be due much sooner and more frequently than now, which could teach students better time management skills.
So you're saying if you knock the block, you better watch the clock?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Joel. Here's the story.
A group of administrators, teachers, students, and parents have been meeting this semester to propose possible scheduling changes for the district.
So the scheduling committee was created in response to some community surveys last school year, just about different practices in the school district that could be maybe evaluated to just make sure they are best practices. The scheduling committee has kind of narrowed it down to two schedules at this point.
It's going to be a schedule that involves a C day and kind of experimenting where that falls within the week. The reason why that is liked right now is because it would give teachers an opportunity to see the students 3 times a week instead of just twice and occasionally 3 times. And then the other is a flex model of that, which would be a block and a traditional happening simultaneously.
So the ultimate goal of this committee is to recommend a schedule that provides the most personalized learning pathways for the most students.
It would affect the classes that I take every day, how I would plan my time, how I do my homework, and just the whole process.
If we go into the flex model, then we would meet as a department to kind of figure out what classes work better, what classes would work better in a shorter class period, and which ones would look better or work better in a longer period.
Anytime there's a potential change, it's the unknown is a little bit nerve-wracking, but anything that happens I think will be positive.
The scheduling committee will meet with the school board to propose a final scheduling option on December 15th. With Joel Hahn behind the camera, I'm Mark Fogel for Channel 97 News.
The proposal will be presented to the board on December 15th. We will know the results of their decision soon after.
Joel, I think I have a pretty great life, but there's a couple things that just aren't so great.
You mean you don't have a place to store your cash or your liquids?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I only have 2 hands.
Well, a certain entrepreneurship class may have a solution for you. Here's the story.
We work with Junior Achievement to help us create a business, and the students are organized into 4 different groups at the beginning of class. They create a product. They have to look for a product they would like to sell that they think would sell well. They have to find a distribution, how much it's going to cost to make the product, to sell the product, and then we take a class vote on which product we think would sell best. And the students take the vote, then we choose a product as a whole class, and then we all become a business together to sell the one product. Students are selling cash cases, and they're also selling cups that have the Oakville logo on them that are available to buy. We have to sell, we have to organize, we have to keep all the money together. Students in the class have job responsibilities.
My role as the president was kind of to make sure everybody was doing what they were supposed to.
Next, entrepreneurship students worked on commercials to promote their product.
We made the commercials in order to kind of get the word out to the students in case they didn't know that we were selling them.
I think we did good because we sold 170 in 3 weeks and we're still selling them, so I think it went well.
The purpose of the entrepreneurship course is to get a real life experience of what it takes to run a business, and to know that to be a real entrepreneur and be successful, that we have to put a lot of work in. We talk about success rate of entrepreneurs, what makes a good entrepreneur, different parts of entrepreneurship, what does it take to become a successful entrepreneur and run your own business.
With Lauren Siebel and Hannah Chambliss behind the camera, I'm Connor Bartow with Channel 97 News.
Oh, crikey, mate, somebody took my wallet.
Oh, God.
Deep Thoughts with Mark and Joel. If you drop soap on the floor, does that make the floor clean or the soap dirty? Dirty. Clean.
This has been Deep Thoughts with Mark and Joel.
Girl!
Scott, what are you doing?
What do you mean? It says right here on the paper. Next thing on the broadcast. I scream girl.
No, Scott, it's Ice Cream Girl.
Oh, that actually makes a lot more sense. Let's check out the story.
Hi, I'm Emily Kearns, and at South Tech, I am in the culinary arts program.
So it's very hands-on. They learn by doing. So we're a college-level program. They learn a lot from stocks, soups, and sauces, all the way down to baking and pastry.
Emily Kearns cooks up some delicious meals in the South Tech kitchen, but she is using her incredible culinary skills out of class to prepare for something even more exciting.
This competition, the Incredible Bowl of Ice Cream, is the competition that I'm preparing for. As soon as I heard about the ice cream competition, I went home and I looked up a bunch of recipes and I just kind of put my own thing together. My ice cream flavor is apple cider cinnamon with pickled apples. The apple cider is probably just going to be boiled down a little bit to make it more thick. Then we're going to just put it in there. Probably going to make it a couple more times just to see.
We're here at the Incredible Ice Cream Competition at St. Louis Community College in Forest Park. Emily is here too, preparing for the big day.
I am super excited for the competition. We've waited so long to be here, and we're finally here today, so I'm really excited to see how the day goes.
I'm hoping she places very well, so only time will tell. There are two categories. There is a people's choice and a judge's choice, so she's got a good shot at winning both.
Hundreds of visitors tasted all 28 flavors, including Emily's.
It was delicious. It was good. It was a good texture combination. It was interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Delicious.
Everyone voted on their favorite flavor. The votes were counted, and at the end of the day, the results were announced.
The judge's choice for the 2016 Incredible of Ice Cream. Dark chocolate pomegranate, Kristen Harrington. With 132 votes. The overall winner today, the gooey butter cake, Chrissy McGee!
Even though Emily didn't win, she still had an amazing experience.
I think it went really well. I'm really glad somebody from my school won. My teachers put a lot of work into this, and so did we. I'm really proud of my ice cream and how I did. I think that I had a really good consistency in my ice cream, and a lot of people like that. The apples tasted like little pieces of sour apple, so I think those were really good.
Congratulations to Emily on her incredible efforts, and good luck to her in her future in the culinary arts. With Ebony Corley and Courtney Casey behind the camera, I'm Taylor Zaff for Channel 97 News.
Does that work for him?
Yum.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
We're here at the Apple Butter Festival in Kimmswick, Missouri. This event is celebrating its 40th anniversary, and although thousands of people come every year, many people do not know its unique history.
The first one started with a few residents just making some apple butter to sell. Someone said, well, you know, we're all sitting out here doing the apple butter, so why don't we put a few craft stands up? And it grew from that. It started with two booths, and it's gone to 650 booths.
To find out more about this festival's history, we talked to two women who have worked at the festival for over 20 years.
When they started here, they were doing house tours and selling bakery goods and things to make money for projects, to save things here. So they decided, what can we do to be a continuous source of money? So somebody came up with this recipe for making apple butter.
Nadine and Mary gave us some insight into how to make this famous apple butter.
It takes about a week's work. I used to spend one day of going to Eckerd's and getting the apples and unloading them, and then there's a day of peeling. This is 10 bushel, we peeled yesterday. This is a star. We break it up and put it in the kettle at a late time when it's getting ready. And then we get all these nice visitors. All these people who help stir.
Apple butter isn't the only thing bringing in thousands of people every year. Most of the vendors here are selling crafts and other food.
Someone said, well, we're all sitting out here doing the apple butter, so why don't we put a few craft stands? I'll bring down, my crafts, we'll sell that, and it grew from that. The revenue that we get from these two festivals makes up 80% of our revenue in town.
With Bridget Costello and Max Rodenbeck behind the camera, I'm Morgan Schmidt for Channel 97 News.
Deep Thoughts with Mark and Joel. If the world is tilted on an axis, does that mean the world's always turning up? Earth. Axis. This has been Deep Thoughts with Mark and Joel.
Hey, Joel, when you travel, do you like to go Oberland or Obersea?
Scott, was that a joke on Hannah Oberlander's name?
I guess if I had a segment, you could call it Humans of Jokeville.
Scott, you have a segment, and it isn't funny. Play the story.
My name's Hannah Oberlander, and I'm a portrait photographer.
I took photography in my freshman year. I decided to get my own camera. I have close, family friends with many photographers who also helped me get started on it. I have been able to experience an internship with a professional photography company. They taught me a lot about different techniques and been able to take my own pictures, like senior pictures and family portraits, as well as hockey pictures. And I've also learned to become way more organized and have a passion for something. I plan to minor in photography and use it as kind of a different job to have on the side of my major and to bring in more income as well as something that I love to do.
With Shannon Strobel behind the camera, I'm Chloe Adams for Channel 97 News.
Deep Turkey Thoughts with Mark and Joel. Gobble, gobble. 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 This has been Deep Thoughts with Mark and Joel.
Hey, Joel. Aren't we just all Zambonis, smoothing over the ice of life at the Kennedy Rec Center?
Scott, why don't you leave the deep thoughts to Mark and me? Let's take a look at the story.
After a year of renovations, Kennedy Rec Center is back in business.
We've redone the entire entrance outside, which is still in progress. It also includes landscaping. We have a brand new ice rink, which includes 2 new compressors, and new rink package completely, which includes dasher boards, nets, new glass.
I like the changes. Before there was problems with the ceiling leaking, and then the flooring was just really gross because it was so old, and now it looks a lot better.
This is good news for our Oakville hockey team since Kennedy is their home rink.
The ice is it's just so nice. You get to glide right on it, and the glass and boards are brand new too, and you can just sauce the puck right off, and it's nice and easy for you.
They also got new speakers, and the fans are bumping over there, and they can really hear my name when I score, so that's always a fun thing to do.
Due to Kennedy being shut down last year, some Oakville students were forced to find a new home rink, which came with some difficulties.
When Kennedy was closed, we skated at Queenie Park, and then Kirkwood I skated at, and also the Shark Tank over the summer.
At Afton, it was a farther drive, so the fans didn't want to come as far. But here at Kennedy, the fans are always a lot louder. Overall, I like the rink better, and the location's always great for Oakville hockey.
I would choose Kennedy over any other rink just because it is my home rink, and I've skated here for so long. And a lot of the girls that I skate with, I've grown up with, so that's why it'll be so hard to leave them next year.
With Abby Walters and Jordan Peters behind the camera, I'm Sydney Quinones for Channel 97 News.
Well, that brings us to the end of the broadcast and our last episode of Great Scott.
Because it's the last episode, we decided to get an exclusive behind-the-scenes interview with the creator of Great Scott, Ellie Corner.
How do I feel about Great Scott? I mean, I'm pretty indifferent. It should have been Great Ellie. I thought of everything. He took all the credit, and he's kind of the worst person I've ever worked with, but he's not going to see this, right?
Anyway, so, This last episode of Great Scott is actually entirely real life. It's not scripted whatsoever. In an attempt to find my true calling when it comes to furthering my education, I met up with my much smarter friend, Joel, to get some advice. So here's our conversation.
So as I was saying, it takes a lot of thought. So let's look at the benefits of staying in school through the year or leaving it this semester.
Well, college is awesome because there's lots of parties, and I love to party. This is the life, right guys? Also, I wouldn't have to deal with Mr. Kuchno on broadcast anymore. Time for broadcast.
Whoa, Kuchno diss, red alert. Okay, wow. Okay, so that is a good reason to leave.
You know, I guess the main reason I want to go to college is because I want to experience higher education and be around like-minded students.
Okay, what would be good about staying?
You know, I love all my classes here and all the hands-on and thought-provoking things we do in them.
Today we're going to be learning using the Hagen, Wagen, Lagan, Pagan formula of learning. Mr. Leaker, do you think you could please put your glasses back on, please? I like my students to be able to see.
Everyone is really friendly here, and I love the environment.
Is that his attempt of a man bun?
Sorry, ma'am.
I can't wait for Scott to graduate. I know, great Scott. More like you suck, Scott. What a freak. I know. Oh, hey, Scott. Scott, I loved your last Great Scott. It was so awesome.
And I guess I could participate in all the end-of-year senior activities I've always dreamed of doing. Oh, senior skip day was today?
That's true. There's a lot of really fun parts about senior year that you'd be missing out on.
You know, you're right. I love my school, and I don't want to leave. I'm gonna stay here another semester.
That's a wise decision.
Thanks, Joel.
No problem.
And hey, you know, if I stay, I can keep making Great Scots.
On second thought, maybe you should go to college.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
That concludes this edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News. Join us next time on December 16th.
Thanks for watching, and remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers. All right, well, thanks, Joel. Great job, man. Thanks, everybody.
Is he gone? Is he really gone? Guys, he's gone.
Morgan Schmidt.
Does it, where, no. Here, that did not work.
What'd you just say to me? What'd you say, man? What'd you say? Oh my God.